All right, so welcome back to the DFly podcast. Here we have our favorite team to have
Returning,
on,
yeah.
returning favorite to have on, Dark Blue Team. I'm here with my co-host New Hampshire. Hello, New Hampshire.
Hello.
Hello, and we have Thunder on. Hello, Thunder.
Hello, I'm a hybrid from Dark Blue.
All right, so level zero spawn. Did your team have a hard time leveling up today?
Very, very hard time.
Mm-hmm.
I think like when we started fighting, I think the max leveled person was maybe level 25. And I was a little generous giving away levels, I would say. Because
Mm.
about 20 minutes in the game, I was at level 11. And I was sitting here thinking, what the heck was I doing the whole time? So I was just quickly trying to get levels right away. So I just think it was harder this game to get levels.
I think that's my experience too. So, where did you spawn in?
Well, we sent two people into spawn. Don't quite know where the first one was, but someday spawned. Yeah, she spawned somewhere between the two and the one on the bottom right. So we were close to the corner. We all just beeline there. So I feel like
Gotcha.
a good spawn. I didn't really even see anyone till about 5 minutes into the game. So I thought no one was around us.
So, were you happy with that spawn point at first, or did it kind of
Um,
become clear pretty early on that it was getting hard to level?
for levels, no. But for points, yes, I was very pleased with what we had. Because I think we had 6 right away from just the expansion.
Oh wow, which hill spots, or I guess Koth, or however you say it, did you guys go for?
Well, our plan was the beeline for the 3-pointer and just go from there. But last minute decision, Slav's like, why not? Let's go for the 3, 2, and 1. And so that's what we did. And we ended up with a 3, 2, and 1.
Very
And
nice.
yeah, we heard that by other teams that our reinforcings wasn't the best last week, so that's what we did. We spent solid minutes reinforcing the
Very,
3.
very good. So Thunder, this map was Risky Player 13's Viper's Nest. It was new and fun, I think. But what were some of the challenges of this map for your team?
The long walls,
Ah,
for sure.
yes.
I was looking for the Koth at one point through Red's base.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, it was kind of my fault not knowing where the setup was when the days could check the map. I didn't really check. And so that was kind of on my bad, but it's the long walls that got me.
So, did anyone else on the team, at least that you know of, get a chance to check out the map beforehand?
A lot of people did on our team, but a good chunk was just messing around. Well, I think Slav was the only one that checked the map.
Oh,
We can put it.
Gotcha.
And I think like I had an idea where everything was. It's just when you get on the map, it's just way bigger than you thought. So I kind of got lost. I was looking for the 1-pointer on in Red's base, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it did feel big for
it
me at
did. It
also.
did.
Yeah, because I thought I was in the right place, and yeah, I couldn't see it, so I just gave up because it was like 30 seconds left in the game.
So, were there any, special moments of the game for you or your team? Were there any highlights that you want to mention?
There were some Havoc, first time playing. They put up a good show, and with 2 kills. He did have to disconnect in the beginning because he had a bad spawn, but I feel like all of our hybrids did good. Overall, I think our whole team did well, but Trainmaster got a double kill on Red, like back to back. And so that's when Red had the 2-pointer. So we took the control over the 2-pointer again, and that gave us the lead on there. Just gave us a little motivation and a push to keep on pushing against Red. I think that was a big thing that Trainmaster did. I think INF had a double kill on Red also, or it might have been 2 separate kills on Red. Not quite sure. That was pretty good also. I think all of our hybrids did exceptionally well. I think we had a total of 3 deaths on the hybrid side.
Wow,
Oh wow.
that's
Yeah,
And
that's a really
amazing.
good
That's
ratio.
very, very
yeah,
good.
And
and I
so,
think our builders might have had like 12 deaths maybe. But compared to 2 weeks ago, I think we cut down our deaths by 20.
Wow.
we
That's
didn't.
awesome.
We cut down a lot of deaths. So that was our one goal, to cut down lots of deaths.
And it sounds like Havoc, the first-time player, was also doing hybrid.
Yes,
Nice.
he did good.
That's
Good.
awesome.
Yeah, he listened well and did what he was told.
So we heard you guys had to do a little bit of a lineup change-up. I don't know if it was halfway through the game or was it before that?
15 minutes to go. 15
Ooh.
minutes early on in the game, Slav told us, I gotta go. Yeah, just a random event happened and I have to go. And I thought it didn't hear him right. And I said, what? And he's like, I have to go. And so we were playing with 7 people for a while. And I told Blaze, since they're siblings, I told them, Blaze, yell at INF to hop on.
Oh
And
gosh.
yeah, so he hopped on. He was going to go builder. I think he started frontlining a little bit. And then he's like, I'm switching to hybrid.
Right.
After
Wow.
he got 2 kills off a hybrid. So I guess that was a good switch he did. So
Yeah, that's awesome and convenient too. That them
mhm,
being siblings, that you could just pop in
yeah.
and then get those kills. That's awesome.
So that was very nice. It went smoother than I thought it would. So that was a big trouble in the beginning. I thought we were almost done for a little
Well,
bit.
Yeah. How long do you think you had just 7 players?
About 5 minutes. But the thing is, then we had to level INF up. So that started off at 0, and there was no more expansion. We were already fighting red. I think, yeah, I took INF off to the side and then just picked up quick, easy levels on the side of red just to get him leveled up so he can go to the fighting up front. I think that's what we did.
Very nice. So I think
So,
that's all the questions
yeah.
that we have, lined up for you. But do you have any final thoughts that you want to share about the game? Any shout outs that you want to give?
I think shout out to all the hybrids on our team and builders for not dying as much. That was really helpful. And I don't think teams quite notice how well we are yet,
Mhm.
but we've been improving a lot. It might not show at some games, but we've been improving a lot. We've come up with different strategies, different everything.
Yeah, I
Like
do think you pushed the center at the end. I remember
Yes.
I wasn't able to go over to engage, but I did yell for someone to help because I was kind of near the very end. So I don't know if that was you or someone else on blue, but I was like, oh my God, dark blue's here too.
That was a little miscommunication. We were doing so well for like the last 5 minutes of the game where it came down to what mattered. And all right, so here's I'll give you a game summary of the last 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes, Red somehow snuck and got our 2-pointer without us noticing. And Havoc typed in chat that the 2-pointer was gone. I was a little mad at myself for not noticing. So we all rushed and got the 2-pointer in like a minute or so because I think they only had 2 people. It was like a sneak.
Oh,
They were
wow.
sneaky. And we quickly got it, got lots of layers over it. And then last 5 minutes, Blaze and INF told me they were going to go to the middle. I'm like, okay, you can. And then from their perspective, I don't know. Who are you guys fighting at the end?
Oh, boy.
Sky, yeah, it was like a lot. It was Sky, CV. I think we saw Red a little bit.
Yeah, we saw Red
Some
popping
action
in,
from Red.
and then you guys. So I
You
think
guys, yeah. The center was
we
very
saw
heavily contested.
just about everyone. Maybe I don't think we saw dark green at the end, but yeah, everyone else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Blaze and INF went in there and saw no one. And they're like, no one's going after the middle because they didn't see the other side.
Oh,
So they went in there and said, fine, go in there. If you want, you can. And I told Dr. Cranky, to go down there and look for TP diggers. Just go down there just to see if there's any TP diggers because you never know. So there was like 3 of our players. I told them someday, I can't remember who else, to guard the 2-pointer from Red because I knew that they still wanted it. They wanted it badly. That left Det and I to go after the 1-pointer. The thing is, I feel like I should have sorted out our players more to go towards the middle. Sorry, Orange, but what I should have done because we only had 2 people in there, and we could have made much more ground. We could have gained much more on you with more people. It's just that, and I went to go get the one from red, and we got in there. I went up there, looked, couldn't find it. For 1 minute, I was searching and I couldn't find it, and I knew I was like right next to it. Well, I went back down. 1 minute left, and I was yelling at them, get to the middle, get to the middle now. A little late, though, because that's where the miscommunication went, because I lost track of time, and we were going to try denying it because we knew you guys weren't first. So we were trying to deny it, and I think Det ended up managing to get through the gap, and then Red shut off Havoc and I. So we could have had like 3 hybrids and 2 builders going for the middle. It's just Red shut off the gap for us to get there. And so Havoc and I were just shooting at the gap. And
no.
Det snuck through because he was a builder. He easily snuck through. And I think Unteamer got a kill on him. Didn't Unteamer at the end get a kill on Zaz?
I think so.
Yeah, there was someone that I saw, 2 on blue, and then I said, Unteamer help, or, whatever I said. And, since I was building, and I saw some sort of blast radius thing. So I guess that's who we must have got. But it sounds like we were really close to being in a much harder situation for us if you guys had gotten 5 players in there. And it seems like it was really close at the end. So that's super interesting because, we didn't see that happening from our side. But I think that would have been really tough because there were a lot of players in all directions. And we definitely weren't expecting anyone from there because Red had kind of had more like that top right area. So yeah, that definitely could have gone a lot differently. That's super interesting.
Very interesting. Like if it was a couple more minutes longer, like I swear to God, like that game
it could have been
favor.
yeah. I'll tell you, if now thinking about it, I should have split our players more evenly. So where 2 people snuck and got the one from Red, and if I looked a little longer, maybe I could have found it. But then sent more people towards the middle. Because I only think I sent 2. I think I should have sent 4, at least 4 at the minimum. Our goal is just to get first. That's every team's goal.
Yes.
Right.
But we knew that we actually thought Red was like 1 point ahead of us because they had so much more land than us. If you looked at the bar underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were thinking just steal one from them so we can tie and deny the middle from you guys. Not take it, but just deny it. So we could get tied for first at least. That's what our goal was because we thought Red was going to be ahead of us and tie for first. But then we figured out we were tied with Red at the very end, and we were just the chat in Team Blue server exploded, saying what we should have done to get first, things that we should have done, and that was just to focus you guys a little harder. But you can't really do everything perfect in a game.
Hindsight's
it's always tough. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like we tried. We did about everything till like the last 5 minutes. Everything was going good.
Wow. Well, that sounds like an amazing, like, thank you so much for sharing that. Cause New Hampshire said I was not like, I did not see that. Like,
yeah, it's a really, that's a harrowing story there.
Yeah.
So really appreciate you coming on and being able to share that.
Yeah. Thank you
That's
so
awesome.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, thanks again for taking the time, and hopefully that we'll have you back on for the next podcast for the last game coming up.
Yes, next week.
Yeah, I hope I'm back again.
Yes, please. You're
Slav
wonderful.
Decision. Yeah, it all comes down to Slav. If I do or not.
Perfect. Well, the more the merrier in my opinion. So
I do agree with that.
thank you so much for your time and just your story and sharing with us. That was just like a really cool insight to the game. I can't wait for people to hear this.
Yeah, thanks, Thunder.
Thank you, Thunder.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Well, you too.